Hello, fourth graders. We are going to work more with finding equivalent fractions. So far, we have been using models and number lines. Today, we are going to use multiplication and division to find equivalent fractions. This is lesson 10-4 on page 143 in your workbook, called Write Equivalent Fractions, Use Multiplication and Division. We need to review a little bit of what you already know about multiplication and division. You know that anytime I multiply a number by 1, I get the same number. 3 times 1 equals 3, 5 times 1 equals 5. Anything times 1 equals the same number. The same with division. I can say 3 divided by 1 equals 3, 5 divided by 1 equals 5. So anything multiplied or divided by 1 equals the same number. Well, to write a fraction as 1, it means the numerator and the denominator are the same. Let me show you again, like I showed you in some of the other videos. 1/2 or 2/2 equals 1, and 3/3 equals 1. Anytime your numerator and your denominator are the same, that fraction is equivalent to 1. That's why what we're going to do today works. We're going to be multiplying and dividing our fractions by 1, except it's going to be written as a fraction instead of the number 1. So if I look at number 1 on page 143, it says 5/6 equals how many 1/18? So I need to ask myself, 6 times what equals 18? Well, 6 times 3. So that means if I multiply my denominator by 3, that means I also have to multiply my numerator by 3, because now I'm multiplying by 3/3. 3/3 equals 1. So the new fraction I'm going to get will be equivalent to 5/6 because I am multiplying by 1. It's just that I'm writing 1 as 3/3. So 6 times 3 equals 18. 5 times 3 equals 15. Right, that's number 1 on page 143. All right, number 2 says 12/16 equals how many fourths? Well, this time I'm not multiplying. I'm dividing because I'm going from 16 to a smaller number, 4. So I ask myself, 16 divided by what equals 4? Or I can say 4 times what equals 16? Well, it's 4. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. So that means I also have to divide my numerator by 4, because now I'm dividing by 4/4. 4/4 equals 1. Anytime I divide a number by 1, I get the same number. So 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So 12/16 is equivalent to 3/4. Okay, let's look at number 3. We've got a little bit bigger numbers there for our numerator and our denominator. 80/100 equals 8, but we don't know our denominator. So we need to think. I'm getting smaller. 80 to 8. What did I do to 80 to get 8? Well, I divided. I divided by 10. 80 divided by 10 equals 8. So that means I need to divide my denominator also by 10. 100 divided by 10 equals 10. So 80/100 is equivalent to 8/10. All right, let's look at number 6. Number 6 says 7/10 equals how many hundredths? So I ask myself, what did I do to 10 to get 100? I multiplied it by 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So 7 times 10 equals 70. So if you look at this very important sentence on the top of page 143, it says to find an equivalent fraction, multiply the numerator and the denominator of the given fraction by the same number. So anytime you multiply or divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number, you will get an equivalent fraction. Let's do one more. Let's look at number 23. Number 23 says 3/5 equals how many 55ths? So I have to ask myself, what did I do to 5 to get 55? 5 times 11 equals 55. So now I need to multiply my numerator by 11 also. 3 times 11 is 33. Whatever you do to the denominator, you must do to the numerator.